So I guess I'm going to try to start a little vlog series. Just kind of share what's going on with me, how my day's been going, that kind of deal. Today was pretty cool because I did my first ever Twitch stream. Never done that before. I didn't get any viewers, which was fine because I just kind of wanted to practice talking and driving at the same time. And I'm kind of running this as a test for if I want to stream tomorrow. They just have a bunch of AI traffic, so I think that should spice things up a little bit if anybody chooses to tune in. And yeah, I'm just going to talk about whatever comes to my mind and that kind of stuff. And lap the Nürburgring in the Lotus 49, which is one of my favorite things to do on iRacing, other than actual competitive races, but haven't really felt the urge to race competitively in a little bit, but hopefully that changes in the next little while. I'd love to be able to share that on YouTube and Twitch as well. So without further ado, let's get on track and hopefully not cutting anybody off because I'm not running any mirrors. Is there going to be one more car? There it is. So it's going to be fun kind of hunting down these Miatas. I'm definitely not going to try to put in any flying laps. Just more like almost like a Nürburgring track day, like a tourist day. But I brought my Lotus 49. And I don't want to break it. So I'm just going to try to pretend like it's, you know, like a tourist day or like some kind of track day. Try to be courteous, pass where it's appropriate. But we'll see. We'll see how spicy I get. And yeah, big reason for this kind of vlog here and why I kind of want to start vlogging is just for practice, for commentary. It's not the easiest thing to do, especially while you're driving a car like a Lotus 49. And the ring is exciting no matter what car you're in, really, so really enjoy that aspect. See, I'll try to keep talking. I don't know what's going to come to my mind. Other than, oh shit, I'm going to crash into that wall. Yeah, I definitely want to get more reps on iRacing too. I took a long break there and actually traded my sim rig for a Kawasaki Ninja 500, which I'm stoked to start driving at some point, or riding. But A, the weather is trash, and B, I have a little bit of troubleshooting to get the thing started. It had old gas in it for a while, so I'm hoping when I put new gas in, maybe clean the plug or clean the carburetor. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put new gas in, clean the carburetor, of course check that there's spark, and I am gonna get a new battery because it doesn't seem to want to hold a charge whatsoever. But hopefully addressing those things will at least allow the bike to turn over. And I am really excited to kind of change it into more of a naked bike eventually. And really make it my own. So my tires are still pretty cold, hence me washing out everywhere. And I have done... Ah, frig it. That sounded crunchy. I haven't got a meatball yet, so hopefully we're not broken. Sorry. Probably broke it. Backing it into that wall right on the engine probably wasn't good for the car. And that seemed like we slid out for no really good reason, but... Oh. Sorry if that blew up anybody's ears. But yeah, a big part of why I like the Lotus 49 as well is it kind of replicates the driving style of a motorcycle better than most cars on the sim, with its old tires, kind of rolly geometry, kind of rolls around quite a bit. You get a lot of body roll compared to other cars. Mechanical grip, high revving engine, and I have the clutch bound to my left paddle, which is the same kind of action you would do on a motorcycle. Not really by choice. I don't have a clutch pedal in the pedal box that I'm using. So let's see if I can overtake this guy safe. Now on a track day, you generally want to overtake on the outside, especially on motorcycles, but I did not have any room to do that there. And I think I passed him far enough in front of the corner that it wouldn't really cause a big issue. But what you don't want to do is stuff it up the inside and then slide out, potentially harm the two of you. Yeah, I was pretty proud of myself getting everything set up for the stream. I spent a lot of the time yesterday setting everything up. And then I decided not to stream yesterday because I was like, well, my brain is already kind of mashed from getting everything set up. So I did a few more adjustments this morning, and then I streamed for like, I think just over an hour. And come to think of it, I should link my YouTube and my Twitch channel if I'd like to get anything going. And I wasn't really bothered by streaming to absolutely no one. It was good practice for me just to go through talking and just try to get some reps in. But I'm definitely getting more in touch with the car. I spent like an hour lapping, and then a little while before that making sure I had everything set up. The one thing I like about Twitch is you can, when you're live, you can kind of use whatever music you want. I'd have to find some decent copyright-free music if I wanted to add music to my YouTube. So I see there's 3 Miatas up there that are packed up, so this should be an interesting pass. I am coming up to, I think, the final straight fairly soon, so hopefully I can get him there. But I might just tuck behind him through here, because the AI don't exactly know how to... Ooh. That sounded like it had to have broke something. Doesn't seem like it. And like my driving, ooh, this is scary. Now I'm gonna back out. My driving quality is gonna get better as I just get reps in, so I'd like to start joining some races, maybe live stream some stuff, maybe post some stuff to YouTube, do some after action reports sort of deal. Like I really like watching guys like Dave Cam on YouTube, Jimmy Broadbent, of course, classic, and Basic Ollie is another streamer I like watching. Oh god. Yeah, this is definitely a lot more exciting than being on track by yourself. So I'll definitely try to incorporate some traffic into my streams before I actually start racing actual drivers live. Yeah, this is kind of a fun thing I can do at the end of my day. Just cut the grass a little bit. Hopefully nobody kills me. But it's a fun sort of thing to do at the end of my day to kind of keep my mind going. I've had some real drops of energy in the afternoons lately. I think it's something to do with just me generally being more relaxed. which is great. I mean, historically I've been an anxious ball of stress, so I don't mind getting real sleepy around 5 and going to bed at like 8. Then waking up at like 6, maybe 5, maybe 10, who knows? I don't drink nearly as much as I did before, but I have to be careful with that because I tend to, if I do start drinking, I drink too much, so working on that. Trying to have some basic ground rules like maximum 2 drinks. And I can always switch to ginger ale and just chill. I generally feel better. But I mean, it's a personal thing. Some people can rock it. It doesn't work for me that well. Oh my goodness. Yeah, driving the 49 also kind of reminds me of longboarding, where you get a lot of lateral slide. I don't really know what the yellow and red flag means. It's not a meatball. And it's not a blue flag. I tend to overcook this corner a lot. In my head, it's the same radius as the corner before, but it's actually tighter. And I think just lapping the ring as much as I can, just having a firm knowledge in case any of the series I want to race go there, would be a good idea. I think the Formula Vs might be there this week, which would be super fun. And I overcooked that corner a lot, but this time I didn't try to downshift while I was already sliding, which generally would either put me in that wall or spin me. And yeah, one of the other aspects I'm really working on is my shifting, because I can transfer that directly to riding motorcycles. Hey, it's one of my cats. Who is that? Looks like Bobby. Bobby is like the medium chill cat that I have. Oh, and when she gets comfortable, she usually just relaxes. Rocky likes to climb all over everything and knock stuff over. And then Colby's just the chillest cat ever. He's very zen. This guy on the outside, nice etiquette. Try to maintain some more speed through here. This is a pretty sick ass corner. Oh, I'm wide. Now, if that didn't broke anything. Alright, the wheel is slightly turned. So I'm guessing my camber is all messed up on that side. Contact patch is going to be lower. Still gonna send it. Oh, just about stayed in the carousel there. Yeah, we're definitely have some suspension damage. Geometry is not optimal. Yeah, I think the Formula Vs would be fun to stream. I do really enjoy oval track stuff. Although I am afraid of the Draft Masters series. It would be electric, but also, from what I've heard, it's a bit of a safety rating killer. And it's nice when just a super speedway or a plate race comes up in the calendar of like the Cup cars or ARCA or something like that. So this is going to be interesting with the messed up geometry. Hey! I just love feeding it through this section. I mean, it feels fast in the sim, so in real life it must just be wild. Getting airtime into this corner, wow. Oh yeah, that's just hairball. And then I have to slow down here because it gets tight around this corner. Yeah, just familiarization with the track, practicing talking. And again, I really don't care if nobody ever watches these, it's just a bit of practice. And yeah, it feels good on my brain. Let's see, when we catch these guys, it should be interesting. My wheel is definitely pointed to the right. I'd like to invest in a better chair with some neck support at some point, because I find again. Oh my god, don't move! Oh. I probably should have made my intentions known a little earlier. But yeah, he kind of spooked me. And at that speed in this car, I mean, I was basically a passenger. So let's reset. Might do another lap or two and call that a vlog. It's gonna be fun with different AI combinations of different cars too. Right now all these other cars are of course slower, but mixing in some cars that are at least closer, like I know the GT3s can take corners faster, so that would be neat too. And really, I should be racing online, but we'll get there when we get there. I'm just kind of easing into this whole thing. And if I'm racing online, I'm going to have a fucking mirror. But it is fun just to be immersed as close to fully as I can. I gotta figure out where I should be braking. So you can feed it kind of straight through here and kind of blend the brakes. And then I could have even touched the gas there. And then this is the big slowdown area. You want to get that right. Pit entry over there. Oh my god. Would have sucked to brake the car there because I probably would have had to go all the way around to get back in the pit. But in iRacing you can just hold a button, which is nice. So where are we going to catch this boy? Hello, I'm behind you. Please do something predictable. Oh. I'm not going to say that was your fault, it was my fault. But coming up, that's I think why racing online versus humans, or at least practicing, might be a little bit better for immersion. Because he came over like I wasn't there. He did back off, but and then I touched the grass. So really at the end of the day, that was my fault. But he came over, so I did right at the same time. I kind of flicked it. And then I flicked it back, but we drifted into the grass. And maybe if I really countersteered hard, I could have caught it, but by this point, you're just a passenger. But if you see my wheel movement, here is when I should have stabbed. Like, I should have been stabbing in here and caught it, and I kind of just let the force feedback take the wheel, which just is not going to cut it in the 49. Like, here is where I should have been max lock if I was going to save it. What else is good? I'm trying to quit vaping, which I'm not doing a very good job at. But I definitely vape a lot less than I used to. And I don't smoke a pack and a half of cigarettes every day like I used to, which is nice. But I don't know, I just really like the feeling of nicotine. I do have pouches, and when I run out of vape juice, I'm planning to just only use the pouches. Again, personal choice. I don't really judge if you want to smoke cigarettes. I still love cigarettes. I still really love weed, but it just puts me into a psychosis like immediately. So if I'm gonna smoke any weed these days, like I'd like it to be camping or something, I'll just smoke a whole bunch one day and then just drop it. Yeah, if I don't have like a physical release, something physical to do while I'm smoking, ooh, it's not good for my brain, man. Not good at all. That was pretty sandy. My goal would be able to flick it and kind of land in a four-wheel power slide. But in a race setting, I don't think that I could replicate that lap after lap. Nor would it be a smart idea. But it would be cool. Big understeer. It's interesting though, this car doesn't seem to have as much like lift throttle oversteer as like a Porsche 911. Probably something to do with how the wheelbase is set up. And maybe just how light the actual car is in general. No matter how light it is, I just butchered that corner. Look at that view though. You guys can't see my like side screens, but the view in this valley, beautiful. Yeah, as far as streaming goes, I'd like to just kind of build some more structure. Choose a couple days a week, maybe 3 to 4 days a week for some shorter streams, and then at least have one long stream every week. And if I could basically focus it on iRacing, that would be nice. But I also really enjoy Microsoft Flight Sim. Specifically the gliders in Microsoft Flight Sim. And that might be cool to kind of wind down. And just kind of engage with the chat if I end up having a chat. Which, again, doesn't really bother me. I find in the last couple days driving, I've had to think a lot less about shifting. The blipping is happening kind of more in the back of my head, which is something that is, again, directly transferable to riding motorcycles. I actually spent a few hours driving, or maybe like an hour driving the other day on the sim. And then I took my Suzuki Boulevard out for a ride. And I didn't even realize that I was just on the clutch while I was shifting. And in all my other rides, I've been really hesitant on the clutch. Like, I'm just way too slow on it, and I don't think that's really good for it. But I was basically just like quick shifting, and I had really nice blips on my downshifts, which, I mean, is honestly terrifying on a motorcycle. Especially like approaching a corner, not in the corner, but approaching the corner. If you don't blip properly, you risk like locking up the rear tire. And also for riding in proximity to other cars and riders, like, you don't want to downshift and then like bog down, because the closing speed of the guy behind you is going to be pretty quick if that's the case. Or girl, preferably. Like that, I just downshifted, I didn't blip properly, and I locked up the rears and it swung out. And that really affects corner entry, and you run the risk of low siding or high siding, which thankfully I have not done. I have not dumped a motorcycle yet, which I plan to save for the track while I'm wearing leathers and armor and all that good shit. Like, I generally do wear pretty heavy clothing when I'm riding, even if I'm just cruising. But yeah, I should probably invest in some leathers, maybe a back protector. For chest armor is a really good idea as well, because if going into the bars, you can just like pierce along like that. And I like breathing, it's one of my favorite things. I'm locking here for a second. Oh. So I overcooked it, and I was already turning coming into that corner, so I didn't really want to put any more brake pressure. And that's a situation I would like to avoid in any motorsport. It's scary. And like longboarding, you can kind of just put it into a power slide and get on the ground and at least decelerate, and then like hip check whatever you're going to go into, but you don't really have that safety net on a bike or in a car. That's kind of why I just accepted defeat there, because I'm like, well, at least I have a roll cage. These things didn't have ejector seats, which I'm sure there must have been some kind of crazy prototype back in the day. I mean, they also didn't have seat belts in a lot of race cars, so it's kind of the go-kart mentality where it's safer to get ejected than it is to stay in the car with no crash protection. Which, hey, sometimes, in some cases, if you're going into a farmer's field or something, sure. But those are fucking guardrails and fences and trees and, like, cliffs. So I'd rather kind of stay in the car. And I might even try to Scandi flick this just to be an idiot. Oh, that didn't do exactly what I thought it was going to. And I'm sure there are curbs that you can really just mash in this car, especially like when you're in an actual race, but I'm trying to drive it like I'm actually in the car, and I don't think I'd be getting anywhere near a lot of these curbs. There's a curb similar to this where I used to longboard, and I went to do a deceleration power slide into the corner, and I just had full grip, so I did not slow down at all. And it's like a 180-degree hairpin, and I blew it straight. and hit the curb. It launched me into the air. I hit a big boulder and it launched me even further. I ended up flying through somebody's bush, like into their backyard, which was like maybe 8 feet lower than the road. And I was perfectly fine and uninjured. So that was a very lucky experience. I've seen people trip off a curb and get hurt worse than I did. Which has happened to me in a few situations. I used to mountain bike quite a bit, longboard, some other crazy stuff. And I usually just like ragdoll ping pong for like 30 feet. And then I'm like, how am I'm not going to question it. Let's keep going. But that luck did run out on me eventually. I herniated a disc in my back, and I didn't know that it was a back thing. I thought it was just my leg was spazzed out. But it turns out a chunk of my disc was jamming into my sciatic nerve, which I wouldn't really wish on anyone. I stopped being able to sleep at night. I couldn't eat. I was just in a rolling anxiety attack for a really, really long time. And that time of my life is kind of blurry, to be honest. Like, I think sleep deprivation kind of makes it hard for your brain to store memories. Which I don't mind losing chunks of time during that situation. It was just full-blown pain, 24 hours a day. Popping opiates, not really doing anything for the pain. And then going cold turkey off opiates was a whole nother wild part of my life. But hey, I'm really just focused on enjoying the moment, being present, trying to treat my body and mind with respect these days. And I think I have some pretty decent momentum. Seems, because this is like a practice session, so I'm guessing a lot of the AI cars are in the box. Which I'm glad I noticed this now, so I didn't get like 10 minutes into a stream and wonder where all the traffic is. So maybe the AI traffic isn't really a good format. Unless I do run it in like a race. But I was trying to go for like a tourist day kind of vibe. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, why don't just race the Formula Vs on stream? Maybe not address the chat so much as I'm racing. Which I'm now getting worried that I didn't press record. Just gonna check that. Oh no, we're recording. Right on. So yeah, you know what? Maybe tomorrow I'll do some practice in the Formula, or yeah, I think it's the Formula V. Kind of start the stream early, just kind of do some practice, and then maybe join a race server later in the day. And then try to do like a debrief on Microsoft Flight Sim, just flying the glider around, something like that. Anything else in my life right now? I've been writing more, which is fun. I've always been a really awful writer. I'm still a really awful speller, but I just really don't care what the spelling is as long as I can read it. Because at some point, if I do anything good, I can just dictate it into a speech recognition software and it'll scribe it out for me. So I've kind of let go of that. I think yeah, I've let go of that care completely. I mean, I don't care if I spell stuff wrong. I've mostly just been kind of journaling, which is kind of helpful, collecting my thoughts, prioritizing things. And I've been brainstorming a piece of fiction that I'd like to work on, which has been a really fun experience, actually. And I'm probably going to do more brainstorming on that after this video. Well, I got excited because I saw a Mazda. That's what happened there. Please don't hit me, please hit me. Oh. Yeah, I got excited because I saw a Mazda, and then I overcooked that corner. Ego, man. Fucking ego. But it's nice to be able to do this kind of stuff in the sim, which once you own your computer and you're paying for your membership, there isn't any extra overhead if you bin it. Because if I can address these things before I get onto an actual track on a bike, that would be ideal. The stakes are also a lot higher on a bike, like you want to crash right or just not at all. And I'd hate to go out there and just be a total squid and end up hurting someone else too. Like, I'm honestly more worried about that. So I've been hurt before. I've got my ways of dealing with it. I just wouldn't want to put anyone else at risk. So maybe just one more lap, and then I'll call this vlog. Oh. There's got to be some damage somewhere in the car. There's no way I got away with that. I don't think Lotus would be very happy with my driving today. I think in my stream plus this, I've gone through like 8 or 9 different 49s. Which I would not be able to afford to do in real life. Oh, please. Oh, see, if I air it that far, I really need to stab the brakes. I'm gonna lose traction, but you can't just, yeah, repairs needed, finally. Yeah, you can't go that far in the air and then just like, I think I want to slow down. Like, you really need to cook off. So I guess if I ever air that far again, I'm literally just gonna lock the brakes up and then feather it from there. I don't even think the brakes are that powerful in this car either. I'm probably using way too little brake pressure. Just forget that the car's broken, forget that the car's broken, forget that the car's broken. This is just how it drives. Doesn't like turning right though at all. Good thing the kink at the bottom of that hill was a left. So we're really just cruising now. My wheel's way over to the right. My car does not turn left. Should have to brake super early for this to make it. There's all the road here. Even then, I just... Oh. Wait, no, it doesn't like turning right. What am I talking about? So left turns are going to be okay. Right turns, I'm going to need to be extra careful about. Yeah, it looks like my left wheel has caster as opposed to camber. Hello. I think that's the term for it, caster. So the right contact patch is great, the left contact patch is not good. So I can take this corner okay, this next corner I have to be extra careful. Touch the grass, why not? Fuck it. Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to call that a vlog. And I'm going to keep trying this kind of thing. See what happens to the quality. See what happens to my driving quality. And yeah. Yeah. Thanks for joining me.